What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Hedera. Hedera is a legit beast. Um, I think this is one that can feasibly break into the top 10 this in the next bull cycle for a number of different reasons, which I'm going to cover in this video. I also want to take a look at how the sort of the action against Binance has affected a few cryptos in particular. It seems to actually have really resulted in a positive bounce for a number of these. So I'll break that down for you guys in this video as well. Before I get into that, though, guys, if you are unaware, we are currently, this is our 2-year anniversary. The 2-year anniversary of having Copy My Crypto up and running. So, to celebrate the 2-year anniversary, we have an offer out at the moment. It is a 7-day trial for copymycrypto.com for just $1. Copymycrypto.com is where I share all the coins that I own. Anytime I buy or sell a coin, the members are updated immediately. If you are interested in checking out the coins that I own right now, go read copymycrypto.com. It'll take you about 10 minutes. Everything on that site you can verify on this YouTube channel's history. It's literally everything is public record. So go read the site, see the success stories on the site, see the people on there that have shared those photos. Have a look at everything said. Like I said, it's all public record. For example, in 2020, there is not a single crypto YouTuber out there that was talking about Phantom as one of the best crypto investments. I literally created a Udemy course titled The Best Cryptocurrency Investment of 2020, and it was about why Phantom would 100x. Now, Phantom went on and did 677x. When I find the next Phantom, where do you think that information's going? It's going straight to the members on Copy My Crypto, where they will learn about it, and I will tell them I found this coin. This is the percentage of my money I'm putting in, and they can copy along. It is as simple as it gets, guys. If you are interested in making gains in the crypto space, but you don't have the time, you don't have the energy, or you don't have the interest to read and do the 10,000 hours that are required, guess what? That's all I do. And you can literally see the coins I'm in and copy along. But go read the site if you haven't already. This is your opportunity to get in and trial it for 7 days for $1. And if at the end of the 7 days you're not interested, I'll give the $1 back, guys. That's no problem. Email my team. But don't ignore it. Go read the site now. And maybe I'll see you on there. Right, Hedera. Hedera is currently priced at 6 cents. Market cap is 1.8 billion. Now, Hedera is at all-time high, about 50 cents. I genuinely can see this doing way, way more than this. Hedera is a enterprise-grade public network for decentralized economy. It's able to be utilized by individuals. It's able to be utilized by businesses to create huge dApps. The beauty of Hedera is fundamentally they are smart contract enabled. They utilize file storage. They have the HBAR token fuels all the transactions on the network. You can stake the tokens to earn quite nicely. But more than that, Hedera is now phenomenal for tracking. It's phenomenal for fraud prevention. It's phenomenal for bringing in tokenized assets. All of these things are big, not least of which as well, it is ISO 20022 compliant. This is the standard new protocol that has to be adopted by all international financial industry. There are only 7 cryptos currently ISO 20022 compliant: Quant, Ripple, Stellar, Hedera, IOTA, XDC Network, and Algorand. Now, why is this relevant? Well, all banks are required to be compliant. Guess what? When CBDCs start coming out, when banks want to start issuing stable coins. They will require an underpinning technology. They're not going to create one from scratch. That's something that people need to be aware of. No bank anywhere is going to build and create a blockchain when there are brilliant options available to them. And Hedera is one of those. And if it lands a CBDC, what happens? It goes through the roof because it would be the network underpinning millions of transactions a day. Millions and millions of transactions a day. What's also relevant about Hedera as well is they are right now their throughput is now massive to the point that micropayments can be done consistently. Um, and actually, yeah, I want to get back to the fraud mitigation stuff. So, Hedera helps mitigate fraud, reduce cost, and build trust for all stakeholders of online applications and digital transactions. So they can augment fraud mitigation. So digital fraud actually accounts for nearly $600 billion of losses or reputational damage per year. So they can reduce the cost by ensuring real-time data is congruent between the parties interacting with a transaction. They can also enhance brands by delayed disclosures and lack of real-time detection. What they can then do is utilize uh, bolstered fraud detection systems through real-time, publicly auditable, time-stamped logs. They can also protect customers better. Now, I hate the narrative of protect customers. It is something that, unfortunately, that's how the institutions and the governments that be stop people doing what they want. We're protecting the individual. How many times have we heard that? How many times? In fact, in the UK right now, all the banks are going, we're protecting the individual. That's why we're not letting you deposit your money in a crypto exchange because we're protecting you because you don't know how to spend your money. I hate the phrase protecting the individual. I think it's a way for companies to act however they want. So it's not a phrase I like. But as a result of seeing that, protecting customers, what's worthy of note is they are in line with a lot of the banks. And while I really don't like that, the fact that they're in line with the banks is a good sign for them down the line with CBDCs. They are also have made really strong moves on healthcare. They actually worked with the UK government throughout 2019 and 2020 and 2021, I believe, to when uh, injections and everything were going round, you know. Um, and yeah, they shared data across. Like they utilized the Hedera service to verify people's credentials. They utilized it for track and trace. They utilized it for pretty much every facet of those couple of years of jabs. Um, Again, that you know the fact that they're working directly with a government is a strong sign for Hedera as well. Then they've got their asset tokenization. So this is native, fungible, and non-fungible assets. Um, so they have a public distributed ledgers that offer asset tokenization, often carrying the burden of expensive and unpredictable fees. Hedera does not have that. They enable the configuration, minting, and management of fungible and non-fungible tokens on Hedera with ease, without the need to deploy a smart contract, and with a cost of less than 1 cent to transfer. So low and predictable fees, strong and stable governments, and you can see the number of people that they have worked with in order to ensure this. Then on top of that, you've got the Hedera ecosystem that is growing substantially and has continued to grow substantially. The Web3 apps that they've got have grown, and here we can see a ton of them. Now, what I will say, Hedera for me, I would like to see way, way, way more work and growth around decentralized finance, but I don't think we'll see much of that. I think their focus is going to be more on enterprise because fundamentally, one thing that is true is over the course of time, we're going to see far more businesses moving to Web3. We're going to see far more businesses that want to create apps and dApps that that their users need, and I think Hedera's network will underpin that. Um, so I don't think it's going to be a case of the true like the DeFi and the NFT sector or gaming is going to explode on Hedera at any point. I think what we'll probably see is more stuff of tokenization of assets, which by the way, that is actually the next evolution of DeFi, without doubt. Tokenization of assets is going to be like bringing real world assets onto the blockchain. That's going to be the next big thing. It has to be. Um, and if they do start focusing on that, then that is them focusing on the DeFi. We'll see if they do, but I think they'll probably more focus more on onboarding as many businesses and enterprises as they can. I think that's a good shout because fundamentally news moves this market more than anything. So if Hedera announced a massive partnership with BMW or Walmart or I don't know another massive company, um, I think that would do wonders for Hedera's price action. Um, I do love the fact that they have a grant system in place. I always say that you've got to incentivize people to come and build with you. If you do, if you give them reasons to build, they will. Very similar to the sort of field of dreams theory. If you build it, they will come. In this case, if you pay them, they will come, but they will. Um, Now, Hedera's ecosystem is smaller than most sort of layer ones that are knocking about. Um, it isn't on the same level as Ethereum or Avalanche or Solana or any of them, but they are their focus is quite clearly something else. Their focus is not necessarily on building the biggest ecosystem for retail. Their focus is on giving enterprises the reason to come, and they are doing that. They are doing that. Their supply chain potential for tracking, their fraud mitigation, their potential for a CBDC. Hedera has big business plans. Um, they still need for me to scale a bit more. Like 10,000 transactions per second is damn good, but they need to get that higher. Particularly if they're looking at running CBDCs, they need to be way, 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 way higher than that. But I'm sure the team will work and develop that over the next couple of years and really try and push on that. But for me, Hedera, look, is in a long-term uptrend. It's a really strong project. Um, it is, without question, one of the strongest projects in the space. They've got government partnerships. They are a big winner long term. And I still think this can run up to $1 pretty, like, it's got to get above 50 cents first. But once it's above 50 cents, it's in um, price discovery and it can just fly. And you never know how high anything can go price discovery because there's no legitimate resistance points that you can identify. It's price discovery mode. So I think $1 can be very, very, very easily achieved for Hedera. This for me is without doubt a sort of top 10 project. I mean, it's knocking around 33rd right now. Um, and like I said, they've got a very, 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 very strong partner, links with governments. They've got strong links with businesses, and they're going to onboard more. Their biggest job really is onboard as many big time businesses as possible. If they can onboard tons of big time businesses, the price is going to blow up. But $1 seems very, very achievable for me. But what do you guys think? Do you think $1? I mean, do you think? For me, obviously, the target has to be 50 cents. Once it gets above 50 cents, then you're looking at $1. But until it gets above 50 cents, $1's out of the question. Um, because it can't reach $1 till it's past its previous high. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. If you've not hit the subscribe button already, do that. These videos are going to make you money. You don't want to miss them. And if you hit the subscribe button, you won't miss them. Simple. And before I get into the sort of news around CFTC and Binance, guys, we're on our 2-year anniversary. It's 2 years since Copy My Crypto has been up and running. We have had a wonderful 2 years. We've had big winners. Obviously, Phantom was one of them. But look, guys, for 7 days, you can join copymycrypto.com for 7 days for $1. If at the end of the 7 days you are not interested, you decide, you know what, it's not for me, we'll refund the dollar. Okay, but you get the opportunity to trial it and see if it's for you. Now, go read the site. If you have never got round to reading the site, do that now. It will take you 10 minutes. On the site, every single thing on there is verifiable. It's all public record. There's nothing that I can hide from. There's nothing there that you can't confirm yourself on this YouTube channel's history. Now, I suggest you go read it. If after you read it, you go, it's not for me, no worries. There's no obligation to buy. But for $1, I would think you'd want to trial it for 7 days. But fair enough. But read it. If you've never got round to it, that's what you got to do. Go see. Because if you like what you read, you can actually trial it for $1 for 7 days. And I'll remind you, look, in 2020, no one was talking about Phantom. I called it as the best investment of 2020. It went up 700 times nearly. No crypto YouTuber out there was talking about Phantom. None of them. And guys, they're not the only wins. That's not the only wins we've had. Members got in on airdrops. Members got in on getting free crypto. Literally, I just pointed them in the right direction. This is where you got to go. And one coin, literally airdrop twice to members, $250 twice. So the members just earned $500, sold that crypto, banked that money, $500 for nothing. These are just some of the benefits of copyright crypto. So go read it now, so you don't miss the chance to get in and trial it for $1. And last thing, so CFTC, the Commodities Futures Trading Commission, obviously have slapped some litigation against Binance. Now, the key thing there is, look, they highlighted Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin as commodities. What's happened since? Ethereum pumped. Because guess what? It's a commodity. It's not under your purview, SEC. Piss off. Right? The SEC keep trying to make everything a security. And it's mainly because Gary Gensler, I don't think, actually understands how a security is identified. I don't think he's ever sat and read through what the Howey test is. If he had, he would clearly understand that the majority of the cryptos do not fall into the category of a security because they don't meet all the criteria to be that the Howey test identifies that are required to be a security. So another coin that has had a huge surge off the back of this is XRP. XRP's rallied massively because it's not security. Now, obviously, that's speculation from the community and that's speculation from all of us. But XRP again doesn't it doesn't meet all the criteria of the Howey test. So XRP should be identified as a commodity, but obviously right now they're in legal action against the SEC. But we have seen Ethereum boom off the back of that news. We have seen XRP boom. I mean, 12%, I think it gained. We also saw Lido boom. We also saw GMX boom. We've seen a ton of different cryptos really have a positive run off the back of this CFTC action against Binance, because what it's done is make a lot of people go, holy shit, these are not securities. And that's what's ended up happening. Twitter at the moment, XRP, a lot of the trend is XRP is not security, XRP is a commodity, Now, yeah, it's speculation because, look, they could lose the lawsuit. I don't think they will. I think they'll win the lawsuit, but but they could. But that narrative has really picked up some momentum, and as a result, we're seeing those gains in some of these tokens. So I suppose the question is, what's a commodity? What's a security? If you've read the Howey test, if you went through it like I have, do you honestly look at any of the cryptos in this space and go, they meet the criteria to be defined as a security? If you have, and you do believe that, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to read what you think. And that's it for me, guys. Let's see how today shakes out. Take it easy. Bye bye.